like kind of a soothing experience to unwind.
I can see that. Though that's also kind of what, I would say about Dota at times, except, to a lot of people, Dota is the opposite. So I don't know. In fact, if the run, ends up being short, I could just say, fuck it, I'll just do some Dota instead. If it just ends up, that the run ends really short. As I'm currently waiting on you.
Yeah, I had issues with OBS for some reason. It wasn't, the footage wasn't showing up for some reason.
I see. Anyways, you're in, so let's just do this.
Yep. So what are we doing?
That is a good question. There you go, you spawned in. Alright, what sort of... You know what? I'll just do this. I'll just press a random and just select like 2 or 3 of the ones that shows up.
Yep.
Okay, so we can just rule out these 2. And what do we have? Artifact of Honor only spawns as elites. Artifact of Sacrifice. And Artifact of Frailty.
Mm-hmm. Well, sacrifice is funny.
Why did it say that Flesk is streaming again? Notification. Okay. Nothing that sort of just for some... I think I may have an idea about why that, twice this stream, like this day, the stream disconnected and then reconnected. I may have an idea of why. I think it's because, like, I do know a couple people are kind of downloading some things at the moment, alongside the fact that I had, like, basically, like, my, browser on, and also just, playing up, something on YouTube that is, about, like, let's just say over 30 minutes long. Just 2, like, tabs, both, above 30 minutes.
That could be it.
Yeah, something of the sort. And that's at least what I'm suspecting. It's like, a combination of, like, those 2. Of, like, me essentially overloading the internet. Or, it could also just be, something, else, outside of my control. Just kind of decided to be funny. I'll give it that too.
Okay.
Anyways, are these 3 the ones that we will go with, or...
You know what, let's try this, yeah.
Nothing else to add on to it, or, why not?
Frailty. You know what, we don't need command, right?
Only if you really want to. We can have that on, but only if you want to. Otherwise, we could just leave it.
Let's just... You know what, I want command. Yeah, let's do command.
Sure. We can do a game of that. Since we're doing that, what do I feel like? What do I feel like playing then?
I'll play as Commando then.
Yeah, may as well go for the all reliable then.
Rainstorm is fine.
Rainstorm, sure. And you know what? We can probably go for the scavenger ending as well.
Yep.
Or even the void one, depending.
Yeah, yeah, that's gonna be it. Either the scavenger or the void.
And if we do the void, we do it at some point during loop 2.
Yep. Yeah, that's usually...
So let's see how this goes. At least since it is in your own command, and in theory this should not be too bad. Key point in theory, because again, we still have to deal with random drops.
Yeah. So killing enemies is the key.
Yep.
And there's a green item for you.
Through that. You know what? May as well grab this one now.
Oh, Is my mic on? Yeah, my mic is on. Okay.
It is.
Oop. Oh.
Though this time around we have to be extra careful with fall damage.
And also, all enemies are elites, so keep that in mind.
Exactly. Hence why the first time I got was a flying guillotine.
Ooh, I'm already in a dire situation. Yeah, this is not the ideal starting map.
Nope. Something tells me I could be a gun at this very ow. Yep, I got sniped.
Yep.
Imagine dying on stage 1.
That happens more often than you think.
I mean, to be fair, everything are elites, and especially on this map as a melee character.
Yep.
So yeah, I don't feel bad about it, it's just the fact about, like,
You know
oof,
what?
that was rough.
I'm gonna go with balls to the walls and do the boss already.
May as well. Worst case scenario, I could always do the one thing I said I would, because, you know, why not at this point?
You know what?
You may be a gun gunner too, in fact.
Nope.
Although you could, never mind. There's a there's a flying. I always forget the name of those things. The
Blind
like
pests
flying pest, I think.
or
It's called.
okay.
Yeah.
Flying pests.
I think one of my least favorite enemies in this entire game are the flying pests.
Yeah, they usually get you.
Yep, which was the case in, you know, my scenario. They definitely were the ones who got me.
Hmm.
Oh, look, an item.
Oh. Oh shit. Not what I want, but okay.
Not the worst. In fact, it could be decent, you know, depending of, you know, what you're dealing with.
Oh.
Oh, you might be a goner, though. Yeah, this doesn't look good for you.
Already a bad start.
A rather bad start.
Oh. Two. Okay, that was a mistake.
Wow, that is a lot of enemies. And the boss is nearly healed up too. I just realized it's an overloading Stone Titan.
Yeah, I need a musket and then I deal it instantly.
Yeah.
You know what,
That's
Teddy Bear?
everyone-
Let's go.
There's just one problem. Random drops.
Well, at least got a Teddy Bear, so
Oh, he's something.
yes, get the heal. Nice. Oh.
Nice.
Ooh.
Not the best slide, but oh, that
yeah.
will do it.
Yep, that was it. Trying to survive. Didn't matter.
Blind Pest is the name of it.
Yeah, it's blind pest.
Okay. Alright. Yeah, may as well do the one thing I said I would, because again, it has been a decent while since I touched that game. You know, a
Yep.
decent while since I did play a bit when the, like, you know, tournament of that thing kind of like happened. Like it was essentially the season of like it was essentially like Dota Christmas. Like that's when you like mainly play the game. Although again, since they kind of moved away from the whole battle pass system, a lot of the reason why people kind of cost a bunch of money to play the game a bunch, at that moment, it kind of it just kind of vanished. So people didn't have much reason. Just kind of like a lot of the reason for people to play just kind of died, so to say.
Yeah, so, you know what?
Yeah.
I'm doing a single player round of Risk Rain 2.
Yeah, may as well, yeah. I'll just, do this.
Just Artifact of Command, casual, on Monsoon. Trying to replicate what Dangerously Funny did. Giving my spin of it.
Meanwhile, here I am just kind of doing, Dopa.
Yep. Or Copa.
May as well just have a game of that, of just, basically, a bunch of, like, cope going, like, it will probably be an awful experience, but at least people get to see me suffer, or, be, like, like...
I mean, seeing you suffer, we have done that enough, so...
I mean, on one end, yeah. On a different end, at least it can be entertaining, potentially.
Oh, yeah.
Alright. I can also do this really quickly as well. Just hop over to this scene. What's that one? Oh, yeah, that's the anti-snipe. That's the second anti-snipe. Okay. Alright, gotcha. Full behavior score going on here, so, yeah, fuck it. Fuck it. Time to play this game. While I'm looking for a match, I can only just say this. In case it wasn't too clear from... I did mention this in the private chat, but, since I did essentially buy everyone, a, let's just say, early Christmas gift, a small part of me kind of wanted to play that game since it has been, like, a few years at this point. But it seemed like everyone didn't feel like it, so I just kind of went, I guess a different time. That's fine. Hopefully the one that we decide on Risk, will be at least entertaining enough of experience. Too bad Lopez says, specifically the words Lopez used, early in the private chat, and what ended up happening at the start of the section. Definitely soured my mood.
That you didn't got the music in time.
Yeah, well, A, music, B, setting the timer up.
Okay.
Yeah,
wow.
I needed some time to set the thing up, and I said I needed time, except he did not hear me, so what else can you even do?
Well, didn't really matter that much.
I mean, it didn't matter that much. It's just kind of, it just kind of made a case of I barely looked at what was going on in my end. I just kind of rushed through the first turn, and I just felt like I definitely could have done a few things better, and overall in the end, just kind of went, eh. So like that, just at this point, even if I lose first, it really doesn't even freaking matter. Just eh.
I don't think you should beat yourself up for that. This is not a big deal.
I mean,
from my perspective,
it is not the biggest of deals. It's just kind of it's just sort of one of these things of there's sometimes crap just happens, and you just can't help but just kind of being a tiny bit upset.
Yeah, sometimes things can get annoying. Believe me, I've been grudgy at times before, so...
Exactly. So therefore, yeah. Just, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, look. Found the game. May as well just, just have the anti-snipe on right now. Alright, ban this one because, okay, that one is banned. May as well ban that one.
Again, what's with the Stone Titan?
You know what? Fuck it. I hit the random button and see what I... Okay. Alright, I have a plan. Okay. Position 5.
Well, this strategy works. Looks like I defeated the Stone Titan with relative ease. Going for rapid fire.
Well, meanwhile on my end, well, time to be a horrible teammate, but just kind of going, time to hit the random button, and probably screw over any sort of coordination my team had going on.
Because you don't give a fuck.
Exactly. Well, I do that more often, like rather often, and it usually works out because again, it is all picked, just online. So like, does it really matter if I win or lose?
Yeah, it's just a game, At the end of the day,
yeah, it's just a game.
Just like genocide, it's just a game. Doesn't matter if it's like yokai or humans.
Sadly.
Man, I cannot get over this quote.
I know. I mean, why do you think why do you think in like fandom a lot of people kind of depicts Duke as this kind of more like ruthless, if not even sadistic person?
Yeah, Yuka is probably like queen shit, okay? I actually got a Yuka. I've been, leveling up my Tohos on Toho Blue off stream, so they're prepared for the Poke League. And I got myself a Yuka, and you know what I named her?
What?
Queen shit. Because because of the quote. Absolute fucking queen.
Nice. Would imagine.
Yep. You can say about the Tohos, but all you want, but they have interesting personalities going on.
You don't say. Alright, so for this game, since I am playing a very how do you say this? As a support, I am basically playing someone who is normally not a support, but I think I can make this work. I think I can make this support thing work. I just have to just do my very best to kinda be a team player. Because again, think of it this way. The character I'm playing is someone who is normally supposed to be the one just kinda sit there, grab a lot of just, farm, become strong in the late game, and all that. Meanwhile, I'm playing, in the role of, someone who, has to be the one making plays early on and letting my team get the time and space that they need to become strong. But I have tools to make it work. Good attempt, boys. Good attempt. Good attempt. Everyone went after me, despite the fact I'm the goddamn support. Heh. All according to plan. All according to plan. Oh, right. Right. So now all I need to do is just gonna just sit and watch. Do that. Oh, I can grab this now. In fact, that's a good start. That's a good start. All right. You guys really want to kill me? Are you sure about that? Do you see how goddamn tanky I am? Christ, you people. Let's just heal. In fact, let me just queue up this item to get. Because, well, I should be pulling. I completely forgot about that. Alright, let's just do that.
So next Friday is probably gonna be Roblox.
Yeah, it will in fact be Roblox, because again, you know.
Yep. We have to do this, okay? We
Yeah,
cannot
like...
we cannot do do a stream without a Roblox once in a while, because we sometimes have to give something that the fans want, you know. Sometimes
Exactly.
we have to be more social, and if the community wants it, well, yeah.
Yeah, sometimes, they deserve a little bit of Roblox. We don't have to just deny them constantly.
Yeah. Although we love to do that.
Exactly, but
But you know what? That's fine. We're gonna have some fun time.
Mm-hmm. True that. It'll be a fun time regardless, hopefully.
Yeah. I'm sure of it.
Mm-hmm. Let's just drop this.
Yeah, this one is also very good for the thing I'm going for. Let's see. You know what? Let's do this. Chance to on hit. Okay, so I keep hitting. That also gives him an extra grenade.
Oh, I just had to pick a melee can carry all things, which was not gonna work with like what I had in mind, but oh well. What can you do?
Okay, don't fall off. You know what? Faster and faster. Bad luck, Andy. Oh, bad luck, Brian. Andy is like a Twitch thing.
Nothing can do about that front. Just have to sit here and just kind of let them, well, just get the farm. Pretty much just cannot be aggressive in this lane. Just have to be defensive, if anything.
Oh, nice. That's what I want. No, the real fun starts.
How much is that item? That much. I
Yeah.
see.
How's the weather out there in Switzerland?
Pretty decent. Been a bit more cold lately.
Yeah. Has there been any snow there yet?
It was just like a few days ago, in fact.
Oh, here, we had a little bit of snow at, was it Monday or Sunday? No, we had a little bit, but then it all melted, because the temperatures were raising quite a bit. And it was also raining.
Understandable.
So not much of a snow day, really. But it was indeed cold.
No,
I know it's
listen to
getting a
that.
bit more warmer. Oh, it's been a long while since we actually have like loads of snow. I remember back in 2010 we had a lot of snow here in Belgium. I really remember this fondly.
Would imagine. Can I even do this?
It was
Nope.
probably one of my favorite Christmases that time.
Mm-hmm. Alright. Let's see. I can probably buy a couple of these really quickly as... Do you think it matters? Do you think I need mana? Do you really think I need it? Get lost. I don't need to cast spells. All I need to do is just ensure that my carry just, well... Good enough. Gotta kill.
And I will get this one. This one is really good. The ignition tank. It's the...
Alright, just going to sit here now and, well, keep on doing the usual stuff.
And now we're starting up with collecting lens maker classes. Oh, we have two of these. Well, gonna grab this real quick, and then
Right.
we start.
Pull that. Pull it right over here. There we go.
Okay, that makes quick work of that. The strat is really working wonders. Well, this one is really helpful. I will go for the heal first, and then for the other one. Well, this run has gone decent enough.
Meanwhile, seems like my whole kind of thing going on here is working out.
Boom, boom.
Heh. Good try. Enemy team, good frickin' try. But that won't work. That's not gonna work. Alright! This game is, funnily enough, working out.
No,
Nice.
I can still go for a gamble.
I can do a little bit of this and then like queue out this item. Grab a few of these too. Alright, now just going to need to make a pull.
Oh, that's a real good one. What do we want? You know what? The symbiotic scorpion. Oh my god, that was this legendary right at the second
Alright.
stage. That is really big.
Let's just do that just to get all the like creeps out of that camp.
I'm a happy camper. You know what? Ahoy.
Oh, hello, lion.
Let's go to the next level.
Let's just drop this here now.
I think I'm gonna start stocking up defensive items early on. Earlier, because DPS is good, but I'm a bit frail, so might be a good idea to have some more defensive items. Like, I probably won't do Mifra. Or what's the boss's name?
Mifrix?
Mifrix, yeah. I'll probably go for the Scavenger in the lunar, planes, or maybe Void Fiend, depending of where shit is going. Oh, this everything hurts hard, so I have to be real cautious. You know what? This one.
Alright, good enough.
Get flat damage reduction.
Good enough. See? Oh, my teammate still died. Never mind. It was awful. Oh well, not the worst. I can always just recover from that. No one else is buying wards, so I will do that. And now the entire enemy team is on that lane, since I teleported over to assist my team, and the entire enemy team rotated for us. Which is not a bad thing. It does feel annoying when they do that. However, it's good for us, since that means the one person who matters on our team gets, free space. Well, that did not work. They have a lot of stuns. And I do mean a lot of stunts.
You know what? I want to have a buddy that says ahoy once in a while. For more support.
That's fair. What?
Another one of these. What should I...
No one is in this lane and they are just pushing down the lane. I may as well sit here because, again, we love the money.
You know what? What does 2 beats do? I'm curious. This is gonna be a science experiment.
Perfect. Double kill for my carry. I am doing well.
Another boss item, there we go.
We'll do this, just give my carry some extra vision to ensure that he is farming safely. And hopefully not overextending, because at that point, that's on him, not my fault. I should be stacking up something for that, but oh well, it's fine. It's fine, I can ward that up. Got up yours. A kill for me. Okay, people are farming this whole thing up. I think you know something I could do potentially, though we'll need to be a little bit careful with this. Drop one here, check for anything else here. Okay. Let's just run over and prepare for a good old ancient stack. Ancient stack. Excuse me, pal. I did exactly as, like, should be. Why did you not move? Stupid AI garbage.
You know what? Having double jump really makes life better.
Oh, I see. Oh, I see. Fine. I'll farm this then. Or let my people farm that if they don't take it. Whichever. Got drop this here real quickly. Now run. Some sweet, sweet money.
Yeah, they got fucking destroyed.
Nice.
Oh, the Death Mark food should be real good. Right. Oh, there we go. We'll love to see it.
Buy some more wards and time to keep this lane safe.
We're gonna do even more damage with this one.
Alright. I don't have my ultimate, so if they go on me, I am most likely dead. Never mind, my carry is fucking dead. Okay.
Ahoy!
Alright, I should back off at this point.
I'm gonna check if
Oh, I
there's something
am
else worth looking for.
apparently not dead.
A chest.
They sent in the entire team for me. And now they are dying. As it should be. Never mind, my carry's dying again. He is hella dead. He should have backed off. Well, can't be helped. Oh yes. Even more money. Ooh. Ooh.
Ooh.
But let's just back off. I did my part. And that is A-okay.
Shrooms. Yes, Martini is on the shrooms again.
Of course. Get some vision for everyone there as I die, which is fine. Never mind it. We all dying. This isn't as good. Well played, team. And it's not on me. Totally.
Totally.
It's the fact that they are sending the entire team towards us. Like, they are just sending the entire team.
They're more coordinated.
Or rather, this is like when our carry here should be pushing a completely different lane if they keep 5-manning.
A strat issue.
Pretty much. Like, this is... You can basically counter this rather well, this sort of behavior. It's just the fact that, to a lot of people, like, being aggressive is more exciting. So therefore, people tend to go that, path.
Yeah.
Okay, fine.
There's always a legendary item in the 4th level.
Mm-hmm.
And in this, Mushroom Grove, you can actually know where the legendary chest is. If you follow, there should be like a trail of red mushrooms or like red pinkish mushrooms that leads you to that. For those who wonder.
Mm-hmm. Alright, let's just do that to heal back up to full, basically. Alright, so now let's start building up this item. Alright, where is everyone going? I can farm this. I can take this farm and then probably stack that camp afterwards. Let's sit here and smack this one once, pull it out of the camp, and now there should be like a new camp spawning on top of that one, meaning twice the farm for whoever decides to kill all of the neutral camps in that camp. Advanced techs. Dota is such a weird game. Yet it's still going relatively strong. Like so-so, like, not amazing, but like, it's doing fine. Alright, sending a bunch of people top. Okay, that's my cue to back off. Okay, back off on that. I might The majority of my team is mid, therefore I should join up with them. That might be a good idea. I don't know about the rest of my team, but that might be a good idea. Alright. That was a good opportunity to do something, but, well. Everyone decided to back off. Nice. Okay. Need to do a little bit of this. And that too. May need to give that one up because cause of my death may not be a good idea. Oh, I see what's going on here.
Ooh, a legendary item from a non-legendary box. Okay. Hammer. Hammer time. It's a me, Martini.
I did not survive that. However, I got that guy killed, so it's not so bad. Meanwhile, my boy here is killing, and that's what's important.
My boy.
My boy.
You know what? That is really funny. You know what? I'll go for the weird strat.
Of course, I'm the only one really playing supportive on my team. Well, this guy could be playing supportive if he actually bought wards, which he's not. Of course, he's not.
Well, I never.
That one's stacked. I think my team, soon so they know, hey, someone get this farm. You fools. Drop this here.
Yeah, it's time to do the boss.
That. A triple attack. Nice. Hey, got him killed. Nice. My team is doing well. Nothing like a good, like unoptimal, like, you know, character pick that is working out.
Nice.
Especially in a unoptimal role.
Vi sitter här i Danta och spelar ett och Dota.
Pretty much.
Yeah, yeah. That whole song or like the tune was actually a rip from a different song, Daddy DJ.
I would imagine.
Yeah, back in the time they used other samples or rip some other salsa samples to make their own shit.
Understandable.
But yeah, Boss Hunter, was this really popular in... That may be a stupid question, of course it was popular in Sweden, right?
Obviously.
You
Dota Dota around that time was actually pretty big in Sweden, from what I've heard.
Yeah, did you play Dota yourself at that time?
No, but one of my friends who I did refer to at the time as Marswine, he did play Warcraft 3, so he probably played Dota at some point.
Oh yeah. Okay, that's interesting. Yeah, it was a game or like custom game modes back in the day. Warcraft 3, then became its own thing on Steam. We all know that story.
Yep, pretty much.
Blizzard was fucking salty. And you know what? They can stay mad.
And they tried to sue people over it, except that didn't quite work.
Yeah.
You know what? Fuck
and
it.
Then they have their own Heroes of the Storm, which didn't do much.
It had a novel idea, it just didn't work out. Long story short, it just did not work out.
And then they broke Warcraft 3.
Then they just fucked over Warcraft 3. Because that's just what Blizzard does nowadays. They just fuck over anything they touches.
Yeah, and yeah. Blizzard not getting unlucky, just skill issue.
Mm-hmm. Okay. This is an annoying setup to, like, going on. Oops. Not enough mana for that.
Mono boss. Rhythm.
Alright, we won that team fight. That's a good thing. For those who don't get the terminology.
You basically wiped out the team.
Sort of. And we are winning. I dropped that there.
I think I'm gonna start putting these to play. You know what? Let's make haste and just go for the boss. See, construct.
Alright, let's just leave.
That's not challenging.
This. I can drop a ward right here in the meanwhile. As I rush over here and buy a item. As
You
I
know
queue up
what?
some
More
stuff
on
to buy.
chance
There we
on
go.
hit effect. If you haven't enough. Another boss item, you know what?
More money for everyone.
Man, this is getting out of hand. Yo. My character is being stacked.
Would imagine.
I have a lot of chance on hit effects going on.
Alright, we should push down this tower. Since they are all defending that point. All of them. And that's a team wipe. We just wiped the entire enemy team.
Yep. Team wipe.
Team wipe.
That's good. We don't need it, but fuck it.
And now we just cut this thing down here.
At this point, this is taking the piss.
He's a garbage character on the other team.
What's a garbage character?
And do that to you. Wow. That was an instant silent and a half.
Now we start to collect these guillotines.
You know, maybe diving the enemy's like base may not be the most optimal of ideas, even though we got this in the bag.
It really depends how far you guys are going, because at a later point you have to do that shit.
I mean, on one end, yeah. On a different end, as in, you know, diving what they call the fountain of the enemy base, which is basically you step in there, the fountain itself will just attack you with insane amounts of damage. Essentially, can easily kill you within seconds.
If you're not careful enough. Okay, that makes challenging.
However, you should not even be there in the first place. You don't even need to be there to win the game.
Okay, it's just...
It's something you just do if you just want to assert dominance. And know that you can get out of it unscathed.
Yeah, it's just taking the piss, really. Just rub it in.
That's exactly what we did, except the larger majority of us died in the process.
Yep. Hubris moment. Ooh. That one is putting a fight. I haven't seen any void seeds so far. Sometimes that can happen.
This will bleed up your armor.
Oh, the Malachites. Oh, we love the Malachites. That's why we have the guillotine to deal with that shit. Oh, what else? What else? Okay. Maybe should do more defense items.
GG, we won. GG easy.
Yeah. Good job, Rich.
Thank you. Good job, team. You all did well, and I did well enough.
Well, enough is enough.
Hey, I got MVP even.
Well, That was more than well enough.
That made up for the lackluster game overall. You know, the lackluster stream experience, if you were to ask me.
I mean, it was still a fine stream.
Well, still fine. It's just that, to me, it just kind of felt, you know, empty.
Well, that last, you know, Risk game was kind of interesting.
At least it was.
And somehow me and you were in the finals. After all this.
Pretty much. After all that.
And then you went Wrath to Furious on the Zunga, out of all people.
I mean, yeah. Again, that's just sort of my, you know, mentality when it comes to, like, how I, you know, who I target in these sort of games, which, again, I can explain like this. Usually, I will always, you know, target the person who is currently in the lead. However, me being the wrathful person I am, will target whoever is, like, you know, taking the piss out of me.
Yep.
In other words, do not provoke me. I will hunt you down until I get you.
Yep.
And that's sort of just, you know, what I do all the time. Also,
I also made some greedy plays, so I'm greedy avaricious if it comes to the deadly sense.
Mm-hmm. True that. Jesus Christ. On my, you know, KDA, kill-death assist ratio, 23 assists. Jesus Christ. I was playing the support for everyone. How did I do? I did the second least amount of damage to the enemy team. To be expected, I was a support. I took this much damage, which is let's see here, the second most out of my entire team. I bought the most amount of awards, all the support items, basically. Spent about the 1,840 gold on that, which is a lot. Yeah. Good game was indeed had.
Yeah, meanwhile, I'm still doing my run, but I will close it soon enough.
I think that's enough Dota for now. That's enough Dota. I can just sit here and just chat for a moment until you're done, I guess.
Or you're doing the Martini POV. What is up with all these fucking items, Legendary?
Just gonna do that and see how your run is going at the moment, which...
Going very great. This is like the dream. I'm living the American dream right now.
Oh, and also, I can also say this really quickly. One more thing that's kind of been a bit disappointing is the fact that, well, chat has been completely quiet this whole time on my end.
Tends to happen. It's been a slow day, I suppose.
It has been a relatively slow day indeed.
Everything is dying instantly. A purple orb appears, so that means we're gonna have fun with in the voids, where I belong.
Oh boy.
Should we do the voidling, or should we do the experiment?
You do, I suppose. I don't know.
I think I'm ballsy today. I'm gonna do the voidling. But I will collect another, you know, item from that one. And grab some more items before we start thinking about getting there.
Yep.
I think more healing effects would be preferred.
Hmm. Oh yeah, speaking about that, as I, you know, look around on YouTube as well, that does remind me. Super Mario RPG actually the remake did arrive, in fact, yesterday. However, I didn't get any time to play it yet.
Oh, how come?
Basically, yesterday I kind of had that, like, online class, so, plus I was, busy working on a few things, so, like, yep, kind of to be expected. And of course, today is, well, stream day.
Well,
Which, of course, I guess I can kind of do some other stuff, before, the stream kind of happens. I'm planning on to start playing it tomorrow, though.
oh, okay. Yeah, I also have been playing Mario RPG on stream, so it's most likely kind of like a blind playthrough of the game.
I mean, yeah, you have basically never touched the game before. In fact, you never touched any Mario RPG.
That's true.
In fact, I don't even know how many turn-based RPGs you've even touched.
Well, I don't think Live Life is like a turn-based. It is kind of turn-based.
It
a
is
bit of an RPG.
Well, it is turn-based in the sense of like sort of like one of those like early Rogue, like games like Pokemon, a Mystery Dungeon and whatnot. It is still technically turn-based because like the game moves as you move, so it's still turn-based. It's just kind of not in the traditional sense, so to say. Oh, and pretty much any Pokemon game counts in this regard too.
Well, I played I think every generation of Pokemon and completed it.
Which though truth be told, in terms of like proper RPGs, Pokemon don't always been like, super light on the RPG aspect, which again it makes sense. It is primarily like
Okay, this is getting ridiculous. Let's go.
Yeah, but yeah, Pokemon on I feel like it's always been like kind of this like sort of like raising up a creature sort of like thing rather than going full out RPG, expanding on the RPG aspect, which a lot of people kind of like mention they like discern about, which in my opinion I don't think they need to do it. That's just people kind of
Say it again. What do you mean with discern?
well, remember how like people back during like Sword and Shield days, you guys kind of keep saying that Pokemon's kind of too easy, not that advanced anymore, and complaining about that front. That's sort of what I mean, in which the RPG aspect's never been like super deep in like Pokemon.
Yeah, that's true.
Like
and you can actually avoid making it too easy by just not leveling up as much.
Exactly, which then there's been a lot of people who just kind of complain about that aspect of like they want Pokemon to kind of delve like deeper than it's doing, and in my opinion, with what they are focusing on, I don't think they need to.
Yeah, I think that will be stupid to do so, because only the there aren't many as hardcore. I mean, there's still like a meta there, like a deep meta if you want to do this competitively. Like the strategies can go deep, so I don't think you'll be like starved from challenging stuff to do.
I mean, yeah, which that sort of is the main point of like the challenge is like not as hard as like some RPGs, but it's there if you like at least like try to limit yourself, but that's also the case about trying to limit yourself kind of resulting like well at that point what's the challenge then if you just have to limit yourself constantly. And like, well, here's the one thing, this is how I always see it. Pokemon is like basically beginner's RPG is the way I would describe it. It's it is a beginner's RPG, plus also being like this creature like racing simulator type of thing, which is clearly what they're focusing on, and that's the aspect that a lot of people tend to like about Pokemon. So like, you know, I don't see the issue. It's just kind of the hardcore like players just kind of you know want to get more than they quote unquote like get. In other words, people just kind of being and essentially what I'm saying is that people just being entitled. The end.
Yeah, that's true.
Because if you want a more proper like hard RPG experience, one, you have Persona and Final Fantasy. Do you need anything else?
Yeah, that's true. I do agree with that sentiment.
Yeah, like if you want like a proper beginner's RPG, Pokemon and the Mario RPGs like games are like your go-to. They're like Pokemon comes first, then the Mario RPGs, which is like just a small step above because well, they do at least demand timing and one up with some things, which is that's fair. They do demand some timing, and some of the like later RPGs have some in-depth things that does increase the skill ceiling of like the shit you can do in them, but they are still relatively easy games, and highly recommend for any RPG beginner to get into. Then on the higher end on the spectrum, then you got Dragon Quest, which is very straightforward, very basic. You can't go wrong with any of them if you want the traditional RPG with a medieval fantasy setting that, has a bit of a cartoony feel to it.
Yep.
Yep. Also, Live Life is also a bit on the easy end, truth be told. However, that one, is also very non-traditional. It tries to do things, stray away from the typical formula, especially for spoilers for some people who haven't played the game yet. The entire medieval chapter with like the quote-unquote hero of the story just going off to save the princess, only to end up as the main villain.
Yep.
Essentially doing a complete reversal on the whole like trope of like the hero with the sword and shield, slaying the demon king and saving the princess.
Yeah, the medieval chapter was genius. First, they made the beginning so fucking cliche as possible.
Mm-hmm.
And then at the later point, they throw you a curveball.
They throw you for a complete curveball and like.
And then somehow they went full Joker on that one.
Exactly, which that's why I love the storytelling of that game. Because, like, it's great.
It went from very stereotypical, like, Disney princess movie to... Or, like, the princess save the queen, or the princess. But it all turns out very fucked up.
Pretty much. Which of course,
And very dark as well.
Oh yeah, you don't say. Which, many of the, like, earlier Final Fantasy and Dragon Quest is just... They tend to have, like similar-ish settings. Like, remember how in Final Fantasy 1 it kind of was like, oh no, like at the very beginning, oh no, the princess has been kidnapped by this like dark knight known as Garland. Go save her. And like, of course, it goes into like more fits like its own trope afterwards. Like it still is not free from that typical like like
damsel in distress trope, yeah.
Yeah. Then it like devolves into its own thing where like like all the 4 crystals need to be retrieved, and like turns out that the Dark Knight is just doing some more evil shit by just creating a infinite time loop of just constant evil happening. Go stop him.
Okay.
Yeah, that's basically the plot of that one. Which again, that's the one thing I like about Live Life, is the fact that they are subverting a lot of like the traditional RPG stuff and just does it in a really unique way.
Yeah.
Even like in even though like a lot of like the early chapters have like some of its like typical tropiness to it, like of course the ninja is the one basically like one-man army, just slaying a bunch of like soldiers in a castle or sneaking by them, whatnot. But it still works because again, they make every chapter different enough to the point of like it's still cool.
Yeah, the ninjas chapter, like was it the Edo period in Japan? That one is quite unique. It's when you have to navigate through the castle, it's kind of like a puzzle. Kind of somewhat compared to a Legend of Zelda dungeon, kinda.
Sort of, yeah. Like that's the best way I can describe it. It is essentially like a giant dungeon where, like depending on the path you wanna, depending on what path you want or decision you want to make, you have to take a very specific route in order to like get the kills or avoid the kills that you want. And like that's why that chapter is like probably my personal favorite, because again it gives you so much variety to work with, and like it's just great. But yeah, back on the whole trope thing. Yeah, that's the one thing that like I do believe the very first Dragon Quest is like since it is long story short the first JRPG. Of course it has that typical setting of like, oh no, Demon King kidnapped the princess, save her. Like that's straight up the story of Dragon Quest 1.
Yeah. We're gonna save the princess, Mario!
Then come second one, it's more or less the same. Kinda, except, more like you save the princess, relatively early, then she becomes a party member. And then you and one more, guy just team up to, well, take down the, basically the acquaintance to the original, like, bad guy from the first game. So, of course, tropey. But, if you want a traditional, like, straight up, the purest form of a traditional RPG, Dragon Quest you can't go wrong with. Final Fantasy tends to, like, kinda, at the start, it tends to kinda do, like, a very samey thing, like, very traditional and whatnot. However, as the series goes forward, it will just start shaking things up constantly. Like, like around Final Fantasy 6, it drops the whole like medieval fantasy setting and started going into more sci-fi-ish, like setting, even mixing with some fantasy, which is cool. I like it.
Okay, he's gonna fire. I'm firing my laser.
I'm firing my laser.
And this is the GG's. The Voidling has been defeated.
Nice. Anyways, gonna complete, my thoughts at the moment. Now, if you wanna, speak about, like, if you want just Pokemon, but harder, you got Shin Megami Tensei and the Persona series, which is, Shin Megami Tensei is just straight up. Basically, it's almost just like Pokemon, except, like, much, much harder. And much, like, it's basically a much more difficult, like, Pokemon.
Or if you really want to be in a Pokemon, there's like a Pokemon ROM hacks that makes the game much more harder. Yeah, victory, well, fate unknown, but yeah, I managed to beat the Voidling quite easily. Yeah, the strat really works. Just have a lot of syringes, a lot of on status effects, and yeah, that's how you.
Yep.
One of the ways you can beat the game.
Which again, pretty easy to do, on the commander, and especially if you go with, command, which,
Yep.
that's the way it be.
Yeah, it's quite easy.
I can also just, I'll just, complete my ramble as well before I forget. So that's Shin Megami Tensei. Basically, sort of like Pokemon with, like, you are essentially fighting them. The demons that you fight, you can actually recruit and have them on your team, and raise them up and whatnot, and even quote unquote evolve them. And by evolving them, it's more like you take like 2 demons and you fuse them together into a different demon.
Yep, much more stronger one. Ah, that's interesting.
So yeah, I haven't mentioned I kind of wanna do a play along of like at least one of the like early Shin Megami Tensei games, which granted the early ones never left Japan, but they have English patches, so it's manageable. At least do the first one for Super Nintendo, which the one thing that one also tends to do is that it has like different routes as well. You got your lawful route, your chaos route, and your neutral route.
Okay.
And in some of the games, not all of them, but in some of them, you straight up and either A, depending on the route you take, either A, go and beat up Satan himself, or beat up God.
Okay.
Allow me to just check the name. Yeah, you straight up in like a couple of the games, you straight up the final boss of like one of the routes is straight up YHVH. In other words, the name of God in like Jewish, religion.
Isn't that like the same god as Christian and Islam?
Pretty much, just that.
It's actually the same god. It's like the three. It's like an Abrahamic religion: Judaism, Christianity, and Islam.
Exactly. It's all the same god, just that they all have different names for the same god.
Yeah, Yahweh. That it's God in Hebrew, or like what they call God actually in the Jewish religion, and Allah as in the Islamic religion.
Now, if we ever do a playthrough, play along of like the first Shin Megami Tensei, doing like even though I don't think it's going to happen because of like the routes we tend to do, it would be fun to just have like all 3 of us end up taking very different routes, like Lopez going chaos, you going neutral, I going lawful.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing, that Lopez is gonna do the chaos route, me the neutral, and you the lawful. That seems so fucking fitting for us.
It would be extremely fitting. In the first game, if you were to ask me, I think like you're like I will like mention one thing, which is not a super big spoiler, but you will have like 2 other characters that will join you for the beginning portion of the game, and then as you get more locked into a certain route, one of them leaves and the other one stays, or both leaves. In other words, you have you, the main character, the law hero, and the chaos hero. I fully expect you to name one of them after me, and the other one Lopez.
Yep, that's true.
And when that happens, in other words, your playthrough will be the canon playthrough.
Oh, I'll be the canon guy. Yeah, my life is totally canon, absolutely.
And knowing what, basically me kind of knowing, the events of that game, oh, it will be funny to have the law one, named after me.
Yeah, I'll totally do that.
It will be funny.
Yeah, I will do that whenever we ever get to it. But yeah, this has been like the stream for Friday. It's been very fun. Just unwind actually. I'm actually more. This is more unwinding as of lately than anything else.
Yeah, really, since that's just in a way been like even today, like I didn't have a bad day at all. It's just kind of was a case about like I just gotten I guess like at most my throat was kind of sore-ish, and I could have just been a small case of a cold, going on. But aside from that, did not have a bad day. It's just kind of was like, well, bunch of shit happened and I just got moody.
Yeah,
What?
yeah. I had a somewhat busy day today. Just had to help mom and my brother with some stuff and also work. But although it wasn't too busy at the same time, it still was like a chill day at the end of the day. But yeah, next time, next Wednesday, it's probably gonna be Tohamon. And at Friday, it's gonna be the big event on where the stream crew is gonna play some Roblox. And
Oh
I
yeah.
hope you guys are gonna join us as well, because you guys are welcome.
Yep. If you wanna participate in the Roblox stream, as in playing with us, well, more or less in person, I guess one could say. Do not miss the stream because you get this one shot. Don't blow it.
Yeah, don't blow it. You better join us, okay? Otherwise, I will eat your pancake mix and you're gonna be so sad. Or your mom will grunt you and thinking you actually ate the pancake mix.
That cannot be healthy.
It's not healthy, but, gluttony is a thing. But anyways, yeah, this is Manept. Any last words?
Let's see here. Don't miss this stream. You have been warned.
Don't miss any stream. But yeah, thank you all for watching and see you in the flip side. Bye bye.
Bye bye.